Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 21. It's possible that your brain and you are two whole distinct beings. The brain is capable of processing a vast array of data that is gathered by your body's sensors. For example, something that you can see, hear, smell, or touch, because the body directly transmits information from the environment to the brain. These physical signals are too simple for the brain to understand. On the other hand, when you close your eyes and think of anything random, your brain is being asked to picture that random object. The brain is then responding to internal commands, rather than information from the environment. So where does that request originate? In the brain. When it is trying to process information, does our mind truly exist independently of our brain? Then, to be able to command it might be a higher state. Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 22. Everything in the universe, including humans, vibrates at a specific frequency. Under a microscope, you can see the cells in your body constantly pulsating. Similarly, your emotions influence your own frequency of vibration. Love, compassion, and joy are emotions with high vibrational frequencies. Emotions such as fear, rage, and hatred, on the other hand, always vibrate at low frequencies. That's why you always feel heavy when you face terrible situations such as rage or despair. Anything in this universe with the same frequency of vibration will attract each other, and humans are no exception. If you choose to live a life of high frequency vibration, you will attract people who can vibrate at the same frequency as you. The environment around you will be filled with good things. At that moment, those around you will be full of negative people battling. If you are a negative person, Nikola Tesla said that if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think about energy, frequency, and vibration. Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 23. A light year is the distance that light can travel in 1 year. However, some of the following instances will demonstrate how absurd the concept of a light year is. The Hubble Space Telescope has detected a supernova explosion in a neighboring galaxy 70 million light-years away from our own. This means that the explosion occurred 70 million years ago, and we are only now seeing it. Similarly, if a society 65 million light-years distant had a telescope that can watch Earth, the scenery they see is not the world we live in, but the dinosaur age, due to the fact that dinosaurs existed 65 million years ago. Even more bizarre, light from the sun takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. For example, if the sun abruptly disappears for some reason, we will witness it 8 minutes and 20 seconds later. Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 24. This location is also known as the Door of Hell, or the Gates of Hell. From above, it appears to be an entrance to hell. It is, however, a long-collapsed underground cave containing natural gas in Turkmenistan. In 1971, a crew of Soviet geologists visited this cave and discovered that it was spewing a considerable volume of deadly methane gas, so they decided to set fire to the full volume of hazardous gas in the cave. They expected the fire to burn out in a few weeks, but it has already been blazing for 50 years. Scientists are still baffled as to how the Earth's center can contain such a vast volume of methane gas. Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 25. In the next 500 million years, the fate of life on Earth will be decided. The Earth was created 4.5 billion years ago, and the universe first existed 13.8 billion years ago. But during the course of the next half billion years, the size of the sun will significantly increase, which will undoubtedly cause all of Earth's oceans to evaporate. As a result, life on Earth won't be able to continue. It implies that only 10% of the time remains for life on Earth to develop and spread outside of the solar system. It seems likely that all life that we have ever seen would entirely vanish if humans are unable to leave Earth in 500 million years to find a new home. Additionally, civilizations that are unable to travel to other worlds in the vast universe may choose to accept extinction on their home planet. Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 26. This is the Hinatuan Enchanted River in the Philippines. The river flows straight out to the Philippine Sea, but no one knows where it begins. It's also known as the Bottomless River, since no one has ever been able to dive to the river's bottom. Many scientists believe it is the result of an underground cave system far under the Earth's surface. Surprisingly, some experienced divers have been charged with going as deep as possible to discover the bottom of this area. However, they claim that when they dive to a certain depth, they face an extremely powerful current, similar to an invisible barrier that prevents them from continuing further. Another unpleasant fact is that owing to spiritual concerns, the local government of Hinatuan forbid visitors from entering this area after 5 p.m. Strange Facts You May Not Know Part 27. This shows that ancient civilizations may have had advanced technologies. The first is Egypt's Hathor Temple, which has a sculpture known as the Dendera Light. Its design is similar to hairpin light, with the core resembling a snake. snake, which is the hairpin of the light bulb, and the bottom half receiving electricity. The second is Mexico's Feathered Serpent Pyramid, a pipeline running down to an underground chamber. Beneath this pyramid was discovered in 2003 by a Mexican archaeologist. He discovered a considerable amount of mercury, a naturally occurring exceedingly rare conductor utilized in technology, such as fluorescent lighting and current electrical systems. It is a coincidence that in ancient Sanskrit scriptures of India, their gods were reported to use this chemical as fuel for flying devices known as Vimana. The Maya astronaut is the third piece of evidence. The Maya Empire's Pakal King's temple has a carved stone slab that is older than the pyramid itself. This sculpture is unusual in that it represents a person using two hands to operate a machine. We can see a portion of it resembling an air intake tube placed into the nose and fuel being burned and pushed out at the bottom of the machine. Strange facts you may not know. Part 28. All of our senses have developed to gather and transmit data from our surroundings to the brain for processing. Our eyes, for example, develop to accept light from the electromagnetic spectrum. The data will then be sent to the brain for examination and storage. However, what humans can see is only a very small portion of a very wide electromagnetic spectrum. Similarly, we are restricted to a frequency range of 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, which is only a small portion of the whole sound frequency range. That's why we can't hear most animal sounds. In addition, animals can communicate with one another, and some species can even sing, but we can't hear them since the sound frequency they generate is outside the hearing range of the human ear. Even stranger, plants are the same way. Many different species of plants may communicate with one another. Some plants can cry when they are thirsty, and even converse with insects. Strange facts you may not know. Part 29. The crow species is extremely and strangely intelligent. They have the intelligence of a child age 5 to 7. They can make and use some tools on their own, and they can even solve tasks that require many complex steps. Furthermore, crows have an extremely good memory. They can remember the specific faces of each person, particularly those who have harmed them. If you harm crows, they will follow you and remember your face to warn other crows in the flock, even passing it on to future generations. They also never fly over locations where flock members have been killed. Surprisingly, crows have their own justice system. For example, many crows will circle around the offending crow and punish it with charges like killing other crows or stealing food. Some research even show that crows are aware of their knowledge and will ask questions about their surroundings in order to expand it. Strange facts you may not know. Part 30. The extinction of dinosaurs is not the most horrifying extinction event. The largest extinction event in Earth's history occurred approximately 255 million years ago. It destroyed 96% of all life on the planet. The event lasted 1 million years and was divided into two stages. The first stage involved the continuous eruption of supervolcanoes. The majority of the Earth's surface was covered by hot molten lava flows at the time. The atmosphere became even worse when it was completely covered by a layer of highly toxic volcanic ash. This resulted in the second stage, which was the volcanic winter. During this stage, CO2 invaded the entire ocean and quickly reduced the amount of oxygen, leading to the mass deaths of countless creatures. During this event, many strange animal species that had dominated the Earth for millions of years became extinct. Dinogorgon and trilobites, for example, have been around for 250 million years. The 4% of creatures who survived this event are the reason we exist today.